Hi everybody, Happy New Year. I will say that this video was yesterday because I wanted to get it up before the new year, but I know I talk about this theme a lot and I'm gonna make this really quick. When we're starting this new year, if you wanna create a new habit for this year, I cannot emphasize the gratitude habit, which I've talked about in other videos, but it's an easy time point to do this, right? So I know 2024 was tough for a lot of people, right? And I'm not asking anybody to say gratitude means I would like to have it again, or I would do it again, or anything of that nature. But if you can look back at a tough year and find something that came out of it. And again, it can be so small. It can be, I read a really good book this year. It could be, I watched a really good show this year. It could be, I had a laugh with a friend this year, right? It could be, you know, I got to see a beautiful sunset, whatever, right? If you can find one good thing, if you can take it into the big scheme of things, right? These last 2 years have been really, really, tough health-wise for me. And as I'm turning the corner, I realize, there's gifts. I posted about that. I read 26 books in the last 2 years. I watched all sorts of good shows. I've gotten back into art. I tried to work on decorating my home a little bit more because I was home so much. I could name so many things, or even I had this epiphany. And again, it doesn't mean I'm having to say I would do it all over in a heartbeat, but even the long term, I realized, with my health, that kept me more in the local vicinity of where I initially grew up. I got to spend, really a good chunk of time with my grandfather before he passed a couple years ago. There are just so many things I could name, and it's again not saying one or the other or that I would prefer it that way, but it's simply acknowledging what are positive things that have come out of this, right? And it can be as simple, like I said, maybe you got to watch a good show, or maybe you learned something new about yourself, or maybe you simply had a year where you realized oh, those are experiences I will never choose to have again, or, I hope I never have again, or I will do these things differently. So I really can't encourage it enough to try to look back at the last year. And then going forward, can you find, people talk about this all the time, and I know it sounds so simplistic, 3 things a day. 3 things a day, and your brain will get so good at this naturally that no matter how awful your day is, you will be able to name something positive from that day, no matter how tiny, even if it was a day that you were debilitated in bed, right? So I really encourage that new habit, and I will see you guys soon.